I was a daredevil roller skater on the sidewalks in Sunnyvale, California, where I was born and raised. And my mom could not get me off the sidewalks at night. So she brought me to one of the old ice shows. It was called Ice Follies. And I remember where I was sitting, I remember what I thought, I remember the skaters and what they were doing. And I knew at that moment that that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Brian's skating career began with group lessons. When he was 8, a coach named Linda Lever spotted him and asked his parents if she could give him private lessons.
She went home and she told her husband, she said, "Dave, I had a little boy today that I taught that is going to be a world champion." He said, "You say that about all your kids." And she said, "No, this one, it's for real." And she ended up being my coach, that I went all the way from that group lesson all the way through the Olympics.
Boitano's launch to stardom was fast-tracked. At 11, he was a juvenile champion. By 14, he was 3rd in Junior Worlds. He placed 5th in the 1984 Olympics and won the U.S. National Championship in 1985 and every year after that until 1988. Winning gold at the 1988 Olympics in Calgary was the next challenge.
I didn't expect that I would medal in '84. In fact, I hit exactly what my target was for '84 Olympics. I placed 5th. And to really position myself for top 3 the year after that Olympics, I needed to be 5th. So going into the next 4 years, it sort of set me up for that. And then fast forward to the '88 Olympics, I had been world champion and my chief rival had been the world champion the year before. I knew that I was skating well enough that I would deserve to win, but politically, my opponent, Brian Boitano, represented Canada. It was in his own country. He was carrying the flag for the Olympic Games. He was 2nd to Scott Hamilton 4 years before, and when I was 5th. So I knew it was really his turn to win, and my performance had to be flawless.
It was dubbed the Battle of the Bryans,
because we were both named Brian, we both had world titles, and we were both doing military-style performances. So it was like a screenplay that was written.
Brian says he didn't usually get nervous, but at the Calgary Games, he was definitely feeling the pressure.
You don't want to disappoint your country. You don't want to disappoint your club that you represent. You don't want to disappoint your parents that have sacrificed so much. And you don't want to disappoint your coach and yourself.
It would all come down to February 20th, 1988, the final phase of the skating competition, the long program. Whichever Brian won would be the Olympic champion.
I can describe every single moment of that night as it unfolded. I started off and my first jump was really good. My second jump was really great, and my second jump was one of my hardest jumps. And then my third jump, it was really good too. And I remember having this moment in the program going like, "Oh my God, you are so on. You are so on. This is amazing." And then in the middle of the program, I knew that there was one jump that was really gonna put me over the top, and I really needed to land this if I had any hope of winning. I started saying, "Please God, please God, please God, please God, please God, please." And I'm like going into the jump and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm not thinking technical." And I was like setting up for the jump and I'm going into the jump and I'm like, "Please, please, please." And then I was in the air. And then I landed and I landed it well. And I was like, "Oh my God, this could be the defining moment." When I finished the program and I hit that last pose, I'm like, all right, at least I threw it down. At least I couldn't have skated any better, and I will never skate better than that in any competition coming up.
Orzer also skated brilliantly, but a tiny stumble cost him some points. Boitano won the competition, capturing gold and the hearts of millions.
They were hanging the medal around my neck. I was watching the American flag go up and I was listening to the Star Spangled Banner. And I felt for that brief moment that everybody in America was watching me. I felt like that. I felt like I was America. It opened a door. I wouldn't have the life that I have now if I hadn't won. If I would have been second, it would have been a different story.